My beloved child. Before you even think about scrolling, pause for a moment. Something important is unfolding right now, and this message did not reach you by accident. Do not skip this. Stay with me until the end of this message, because something huge is waiting for you. Something that has been prepared long before this moment. Right now, someone who cares deeply about you has been speaking to the divine about your life. Not once, not casually, but repeatedly, with sincerity in their heart. They asked for something special to reach you. And somehow, out of millions of voices and countless stories happening in the world, this message found its way directly to you. Think about that for a second. What are the chances? This moment is not random. Many people have been feeling restless lately, like something unseen is shifting behind the scenes. Doors that once seemed closed are beginning to move slightly, and silent prayers are starting to echo in places no one can see. But for you, the shift is stronger. Because someone has been pleading for you. Someone stood in quiet moments, asking for good news to find its way into your life. Not ordinary news. Great news. And the reason this message says, "Listen now," is because timing matters more than most people realize. When a moment like this appears, it carries a window of awareness. Many people scroll past moments like these without realizing they just walked past something meant for them. Do not be one of those people. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, somewhere in the quiet rhythm of the universe, your name has already been spoken. Not in anger. Not in judgment. But in hope. And that hope has been growing stronger. You may have felt tired lately. You may have wondered why certain things in your life have taken longer than expected. But what you did not see was someone speaking on your behalf. They asked for clarity to come into your life. They asked for good news to reach you. They asked for a moment when you would finally understand that you are not walking this path alone. And tonight, that moment is beginning. But listen carefully. Do not skip. Because the most surprising part of this message has not even started yet. Many people think great news arrives like thunder, loud and obvious. But sometimes it begins quietly. Like this. Like a simple voice reaching you through a screen, asking you to stay just a little longer. Because something is being revealed step by step. The person who prayed for you did not ask for small things. They asked for a breakthrough. They asked that the confusion around you would slowly clear. They asked that a message would reach you at the right time. A message that would make you pause and think, wait, this feels meant for me. And if you are still here listening right now, that means you already felt something. A small signal inside telling you not to scroll away. Trust that feeling. Because the truth is, something has already started changing around you. You may not see it yet. But movements have already begun. Conversations are forming. Opportunities are shifting. Paths that once seemed impossible are slowly aligning. The divine heard the request made for you. And when such a request is sincere, it does not disappear into silence. It moves. It searches. It finds the right moment to reach the right person. That person is you. But wait. Before you think you understand the full message, there is something else you need to know. The great news that was requested for you is not just about one small improvement in your life. It is about a turning point. A moment when things that once felt stuck begin to move again. But here is the surprising part. The person who prayed for you believed something very strongly. They believed that once you heard this message, your awareness would shift. And once your awareness shifts, your direction begins to change. That is why this moment matters. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because in the next part of this message, you will hear something that most people never realize about the prayers spoken for them. A truth that may completely change how you see the events happening in your life right now. And once you hear it, you may start noticing signs that were always there, but hidden in plain sight. So take a breath. Stay here. Do not scroll. The revelation that follows is the reason this message was meant to reach you today. And what comes next may explain why the divine was asked to send you great news in the first place. A quiet truth is about to unfold, and this part is where everything begins to make sense. Before you move even a finger toward the screen, pause again and listen carefully. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the message you heard in the previous part was only the beginning. What you are about to hear now explains why someone pleaded so strongly for you to receive great news. And the truth may surprise you. The person who prayed for you did not do it only once. They repeated it again and again, believing that the divine would eventually open a path for you that no obstacle could block. Think about that. In a world where people are often busy with their own struggles, someone chose to spend their quiet moments speaking about you, asking that your life would receive a message of hope. That kind of intention carries weight. That kind of intention moves things. And right now, if you are still here listening, it means the moment they hoped for is slowly unfolding. But listen carefully. Do not skip this part. Stay till the end. Because the next revelation might be the exact thing you were meant to hear today. There is a reason the title says your person pleaded the divine to send you great news. It is because they believed that something big was already on its way toward you. Not just a small improvement. Not just a temporary moment of happiness. But a shift. A turning point that would make you realize that the waiting period in your life was never wasted. Sometimes, when people pray or hope for someone, the result does not appear immediately. Instead, events start aligning quietly behind the scenes. Conversations happen. Paths open. People who never expected to cross paths suddenly do. All of this happens before the person even realizes it. And right now, many of those unseen movements are already taking place around you. But there is another detail that makes this message even more powerful. The person who prayed for you believed that you would hear something soon that would make you stop and think. They believed a message would reach you at the exact moment when you needed reassurance the most. That moment is now. But listen closely again. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the great news they asked for is not only about what is coming toward you. It is also about what is leaving your path. Yes. Some of the things that once slowed your progress are quietly fading away. You may not notice it yet. But situations that once felt complicated are starting to lose their grip. And the reason this is happening is because the prayer spoken for you carried one clear request. They asked that your path be cleared so that something meaningful could enter your life. When such a request is made with sincerity, it does not disappear. It travels. It finds the right moment. It reaches the right place. And somehow, through a chain of events that most people would call coincidence, the message arrives. Right here. Right now. But there is one more surprising truth that the person who prayed for you believed deeply. They believed that once you became aware of this moment, your perspective would change. You would begin to see small signs you ignored before. You would notice opportunities that once looked ordinary. And most importantly, you would realize that the waiting period in your life was preparing you for something better. That realization is powerful. Because when a person understands that their story is still unfolding, their energy shifts. They stop feeling stuck. They begin expecting good news. And when expectation meets the right moment, breakthroughs happen faster than anyone predicted. This is why you must stay with this message. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next part will reveal something that even the person who prayed for you did not fully expect. A surprising development that may soon appear in your life. Something that could make you look back at this exact moment and say, "That was the message that prepared me." But before we reach that revelation, take a second and notice something. Out of thousands of videos, thousands of messages, and countless distractions online, you stayed here. You kept listening. That alone says something. It shows that something inside you recognized the importance of this moment. And that feeling should not be ignored. Because sometimes the biggest changes in life begin with a simple realization. A realization that someone cared enough to ask for good news to reach you. And the next part will reveal what kind of great news they believed was already forming for you. So stay here. Do not skip. The message that follows may be the moment everything begins to make sense. A moment of realization is approaching, and this part may be the one that makes everything clear. Before your mind drifts away for even a second, listen carefully again. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what you are about to hear now is the exact reason your person pleaded so strongly for the divine to send you great news. They did not simply hope that life would become easier for you. They believed something remarkable was already forming in your future. And the surprising part is this. They believed you were closer to that moment than you realize. Many people go through long seasons where it feels like nothing is changing. Days pass, weeks pass, sometimes even years pass, and everything appears quiet. But quiet moments are often the moments when the biggest shifts are happening behind the scenes. Your person sensed that your quiet season was about to end. That is why they spoke your name with hope and patience. They believed the divine would send you a sign, a message, or a moment that would make you pause and understand that something greater was approaching. And somehow, through all the noise and distractions in the world, you arrived here and heard these words. This is why you must keep listening. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the truth is, the great news they asked for is not only about a future event. It is about a realization that begins right now. Your person believed that once you understood how much unseen support exists around you, your confidence would grow again. They believed you would start noticing things that others overlook. For example, think about the small moments in your life recently. Moments when something almost worked out. Moments when an unexpected conversation happened. Moments when an idea appeared in your mind that you had never thought about before. Many people ignore these signs. But your person believed those small moments were early signals. Signals that something meaningful is forming. And that is why they pleaded for great news to reach you. They wanted you to know that the story you are living right now is still unfolding. Not ending. Not fading. Unfolding. But here is the revelation that makes this message even more powerful. Your person believed that once the great news arrives, it will not feel random. It will feel like something that was always meant to happen. Like a door opening at the exact moment you were ready to walk through it. And when that happens, you will remember this message. You will remember this moment when you were told not to skip. So listen closely again. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next truth might be the most surprising one yet. The person who prayed for you did not only ask for good news. They asked for the right timing. They believed that if good news arrived too early, you might not recognize its value. But if it arrived after a season of patience and growth, you would understand exactly why it mattered. And that is why the timing of this message is important. Right now you may feel like you are simply watching a video or listening to a narration. But this moment may actually be a turning point in your awareness. Because once a person begins expecting positive change, their attention shifts. They notice possibilities. They move forward with more courage. They see opportunities that once looked invisible. And that is when life begins to move faster. Your person believed this shift was coming for you. They believed that the moment you heard the right message, your mindset would align with the path ahead of you. And that alignment can change everything. But the biggest revelation has not been spoken yet. And it will be revealed in the next part. This is why you must remain here. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next part will uncover the moment your person imagined when they pleaded for great news to reach you. A moment so surprising that many people would call it a once-in-a-lifetime turning point. And when you hear it, you may begin looking at your life very differently from this day forward. Something extraordinary is about to be revealed, and this part is where the message becomes impossible to ignore. Before anything else, pause again and listen carefully. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the reason your person pleaded the divine to send you great news is finally becoming clear in this moment. They believed that a turning point in your life was approaching faster than anyone expected. Not someday in the distant future. Soon. Very soon. But here is the detail that makes this message so powerful. Your person believed that before the great news appears in your life, you would first receive a signal. A message. A moment where you suddenly realize that everything happening around you is starting to align. That signal is what you are experiencing right now. Think about it carefully. Out of millions of videos online, out of endless distractions, you are still here listening to these words. You could have scrolled away at any moment. But you didn't. Something inside you told you to stay. And that feeling matters more than you might think. Because the person who prayed for you believed that when the right message reached you, you would feel a quiet sense of recognition. A feeling that this moment was not random. And that is exactly what is happening now. But listen closely again. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the great news that was requested for you is connected to a moment of clarity that is approaching in your life. Your person believed that soon you would notice a shift. It might come through a conversation. It might come through an opportunity. It might come through a realization that changes the way you see your path. When that moment arrives, it will feel different from anything you experienced before. Not confusing. Not uncertain. Clear. The kind of clarity that makes you stop and think, this is the moment I was waiting for. Your person believed that this clarity would open a new chapter in your life. A chapter where the effort you have put into your journey begins to show real results. And that is why they pleaded so sincerely. They wanted the divine to guide you toward the exact moment when everything begins to make sense. But here is the surprising truth. That moment may already be closer than you think. Sometimes the biggest changes in life arrive quietly. Not with noise, but with a simple realization. A realization that the path ahead of you is opening. A realization that something meaningful is finally moving toward you. And once you see that clearly, everything begins to feel different. But before we move to the final revelation in the next part, there is something important you should do right now. Take a second and share this message with someone who might need encouragement today. And if this moment made you pause and think, let your voice be heard. Because when messages like this spread, they often reach the exact person who needed to hear them. Now return your full attention here. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the final part of this message will reveal the moment your person imagined when they asked for great news to reach you. A moment so powerful that when it happens, you may remember this message and realize that the signal arrived before the breakthrough. And when you hear what comes next, you may understand why your person believed this news would change everything for you. The final revelation begins now, and this is the moment everything connects. Before your attention moves anywhere else, pause once more and listen carefully. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the reason your person pleaded the divine to send you great news reaches its most powerful point right here. All the previous parts were preparing you for this realization. Your person believed that one day you would receive a message that would make you stop and think about your life in a completely new way. Not because someone forced you to believe something, but because something inside you would suddenly recognize the truth. And the truth is this: your story is not finished. Your journey is not stuck. And the great news that was asked for you is connected to a moment that may soon appear in your life when everything begins to move forward again. Your person believed that this moment would arrive quietly at first. A small sign. A small opportunity. A small conversation. But that small moment would lead to something much bigger than anyone expected. Think about it carefully. Many of the most important changes in life begin with one simple step. One unexpected meeting. One new idea. One moment of courage. And suddenly everything begins to shift. Your person believed that the divine would guide you toward that moment. That is why they pleaded with such sincerity. They wanted you to receive great news that would remind you that your path still holds incredible possibilities. But there is another truth hidden in this message. The moment of great news often arrives when a person finally realizes their own strength again. When they remember that they are capable of moving forward. When they decide to look ahead instead of looking back. Your person believed that realization was already growing inside you. And that is why this message reached you now. Not yesterday. Not months from now. Now. Because this is the moment when awareness begins to rise. But listen carefully once more. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the final piece of this message may be the most powerful one of all. The person who prayed for you believed that when the great news finally appears in your life, it will feel like confirmation. Confirmation that the patience you showed was not wasted. Confirmation that the path you walked had meaning. Confirmation that the waiting season was actually preparing you for something greater. And when that moment arrives, you may remember this exact